this fuck.
That's not even all for me. No.
Too much money, I need like two. We don't pay attention to no loose talk. 100 times I had to let it cool.
Fucking fat ass.
From pneumonia, had to take my jewels off. We don't argue with these, we just let them tools talk. Stay horse playing, run up on us in them.
No, cause like everybody in my class was like 80, was like freaking like 60, like 70. Like everybody in my class had like freaking pellets, skinny. Like, that's the thing.
Got my beef from London. Talk to see me out.
Oh shit.
I'm in the store, I need to go get the.
You just pissed us off, bro. No, I'm kidding.
Too much money, I need like 2 votes. Stacks big and green, I call my pockets the new hook.
Okay, so I'll make it 8. Make it. These. Cause CD wants to join. Alright. Oh my god, hurry, hurry!
Tell him to make his own party. And from all people, this motherfucker. No,
What? No, Carnage. Today's the 7th.
No, I wasn't. CD lit it straight up. Just said, "Hey, Jared, make it 8." And yeah.
Why? What's wrong?
Eight.
Wait.
I wasn't lying.
TDE. Fortnite is.
Oh yeah, with the fucking tilted gun. Hell yeah, brother!
Yeah, and they brought back the jump gun, which is even worse.
I'm so happy about that.
I'm not. That was the worst.
God damn it!
All about the guap like a stockbroker. Brother with me, brother with me, brother with me, brother with me.
What fucking? Are you fucking high or some shit? You got at Fortnite?
I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. From FedEx Forum, just off Beale Street in downtown Memphis. Tonight, it's the Memphis Grizzlies taking on the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks control the tip. Here comes the screen.
The attack.
The screen sets him up for 2.
The pro game has really come down to PNRs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
Conley into the front court. Down 2. Bradley to Conley. The drive right to the basket. Dwayne Dedman blocked away.
That one's in the 15th row.
Huge denial. Bradley. To Conley.
I kind of really want to play creative right now.
Beyond the arc. His first effort off the mark. Lets it fly from long range. No good.
So, you just want to do a 1v1?
I wasn't necessarily sure which way that PNR was going, but I guess neither was the defense. That makes 2 of us. Memphis with the roll.
That's the one thing
To
I didn't
Bradley.
expect from CD to say. No balls, you won't.
Mike Conley missed his first. That one goes.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Screen coming.
We'll have fun.
Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry
I'm
about the
fucking
no call.
loading.
Keep
Shut the
powering
fuck
through.
up.
Across the timeline, it's Conley. Down 4. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2. Here comes the screen. Fine to shoot for Atlanta from long range. Oh, knocks it down from 3.
It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble, off a quick pass, or off an ISO. When the ball's in this young player's hands, something just feels right.
It's Grizzlies ball. Conley to Jaren Jackson with a drop step. Goes reverse to lay it in.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Here comes the screen. Baseline drive to Kevin Herter. The Hawks with 4 to shoot. Here's a chance from long range. Not that time. Conley into the front court. Down 3. Oh, big finish at the rim.
How about right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
The jab step opens up space to knock down the jumper.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Conley to Valanciunas. Mikal Bridges to Conley. Dwayne Dedmon with a piece.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Conley shot off the mark. Whoa, look what I found.
You know it's a bad block when somebody snatches the ball out of the air. Wow.
Avery Bradley, 2 for 2. That's what you want. It's the Hawks with the basketball. Count the basket at the rim.
That boy's living his best life.
Conley into the front court. They're down 3. Full throttle right to the basket for the deuce.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Getting dirty. Loose ball on the deck. Jaren Jackson gets it in the left corner. Beyond the arc for 3. Hawks have the board. And the rebound taken in by Memphis. Bradley to Valanciunas. No, he missed a short one there.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Bradley to Conley. Mike Conley, he's 3 for 7.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
A shot no good on the drive by Conley. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
To Conley. Jaren Jackson. To Mikal Bridges. Bradley. Not going down here. Across the timeline, it's Conley. He'll run the offense.
Hey, double screen.
To Jaren Jackson. Conley. And Collins there to grab the rebound. It goes down.
Showing you why he belongs here in this league with the best of the best. Efficient scoring out of the rookie here tonight.
Whistle and a timeout for Memphis. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. Changes coming from both sides right now. Kent Bazemore pins it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Conley. Hawks have the rebound. Stays in bounds. Really good hustle. Right with it. Down 5. To Conley. Trying to cash in. The shot by Conley, no good. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
One free throw, count it. It's a 3-point play, and the lead up to 8. Grizzlies own the basketball. To Bradley. Probing the defense. Surveys the floor. Five on the shot clock for Memphis. Short jumper won't go down. To Kent Bazemore. And he hits.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Right with it. They find themselves down 10.
Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Count it.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Right with it. Counting down towards 1 minute to play here in the opening quarter. Alex Len sends it away. Knocked it away.
Oh, some fans should take that ball home as a gift.
That's a souvenir. Bradley. To right. Has a look. Wide open look, won't go.
0-4 to start the game. Don't worry about that. You can make your next 6 shots and then be 6 of 10 from the field. That's 60%. That can get you 80 million.
Fires the three, buries it on the catch and shoot.
They got him in the first round to do exactly that. Make tough shots and help them win games.
Recipe shook. Yeah. Oh my.
Another possession they were forced to take a tough shot. This time they got it to go, but they need to do something different to start creating more open look opportunities.
To Ken Bazemore. Fires the three, drills the three.
When a rookie starts to believe that he not only can play, but more importantly, he belongs, nights like this become more and more common.
John!
Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Deep three at the buzzer. Three at the buzzer is good. And a fitting close to this one. They're right back in it after 1 quarter of play. Head coach Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter.
We got this. Let's go.
Starting in for the Memphis Grizzlies, number 11, Mike Conley. Entering the game for the Hawks, number 1.
Bradley knocked loose. Parsons against the Ukrainian Len. To Bradley. Avery Bradley. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
For 3. That no good off the mark. Oh, and a putback.
If you know anything, it comes down to who wants it more. And right now, the offense is just hungrier.
Conley into the front court. His team down 9. Screen coming. Kyle Anderson guarded by Alex Len.
Hey, big screen right there, big screen.
To Bradley. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Off the mark. He's made those before, but that was well defended. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Can't get the bounce. To Bradley. Screen coming. Avery Bradley, 4 out of 7.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Going to launch beyond the arc and drills it. Jay, spacing can be a beautiful thing.
He's most definitely got the hot hand behind the three-point arc. Anytime your first-round pick is shooting like this, your GMs and owners just sit back and smile.
Here comes the screen. To Kyle Anderson. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Nice pass to set things up.
But most importantly, you have to keep the ball moving. Maybe run some floppy sets, some horn sets. Raise those bigs up, which open up the lane, and let them be the passers to make plays easier for the guards.
Lets it fly from long range. They dared him, and he burns them.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Memphis, they've got it. Conley. To Kyle Anderson. Shot's no good. You have to like the confidence, but that was a difficult shot.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Where's the chatter? No one was even close to him.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
I say this a lot, and it's only because coaches harp on it all the time. Read the scouting report. Know who you can and should send to the line. This is a case of knowing a shooter probably had a better chance of hitting a jumper than he does of hitting the free throws.
No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. And count the basket.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Parsons picked up by Len. The screen sets him up for 2.
Okay, I saw a little bit of a handle there. But let's see if that confidence is still there down the stretch.
Here's Atlanta. And the finish at the rim.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Alex Len, huge block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Vince Carter. And a putback slam. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Conley. He's got it for 3.
There is no doubt about it, Ed. This is the best isolation weapon versus lockdown defenders ever made.
So tough to guard on that trip. Count it. No and 1. There was some contact there.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
Get the cameras out. Flash on.
That's going to make a nice poster.
Not done yet. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Defense, let's go.
Down low for Len. To Carter. Here comes the screen. Bad pass taken away by the Grizzlies. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go.
I agree. I thought there was a foul, but also it's all about your approach. You can't come down the lane and jump off one leg. It's called a power lift. Go off two legs and expect the contact.
Bradley. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
The pass set it all up.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Has a chance. Conley with a shot comes up empty. Short jumper off the mark. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Grizzlies at the controls right now. Curling inside. And scores at the basket. Jay, tough recovery that time.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Count it, and the foul.
Eating at the last second, that's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Free throw's good. It's a three-point play. This big first half continues. Conley into the front court. He'll run the offense. Great feed. Sets it up. Jaren Jackson with the dunk. Jay, you know the deal. Keep the touches coming inside.
As long as that defense continues to give you high percentage shots, you better take that every time.
To Kevin Herter. To Ken Bazemore. Runner here won't go. Hawks with the basketball. With a drop step. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. The Hawks. Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
His guys down big. to Valanciunas. Jonas Valanciunas. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Easy path to the rim.
And you always feel like the words vision and unselfishness go together. They work cohesively as a unit. When you have a guy that has both, that sets the tone for how your team is going to play.
A shot no good on the drive by Conley.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
And he buries it.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Memphis with the rock. Conley. Now a steal by Atlanta.
Ooh, I think people are leaving already.
Down for Collins. Off the assist.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Bradley. Conley. Yes, when this guy's open, look out. Nearly automatic.
I know these mishaps happen defensively, but sometimes this can be the best thing for an offensive player who maybe hasn't found his rhythm yet. Don't let him get going.
To Kevin Huerter. From long range, buries it on the catch and shoot.
He showed that he had great chemistry with his teammates on that shot. Keep getting him good looks, and the one will just keep scoring.
Conley into the front court. Down a bundle. Here comes the screen. To Conley. Finish that. Here's a chance from long range. Not that time. He misses. To Conley. Wide open look, won't go. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
To Jaren Jackson. Alex Len rejects it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Beyond the arc for 3. Knocks it down.
You know what I love about this kid, Ed? His eyes never once wandered to where the defender was. They stayed fixated right on his target, the basket. That's why he's a prolific shooter.
Conley to Valanciunas. Trying to cash in. He's looking for that touch.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Knock loose. For 3, and he hits.
Well, there you have it. The defense just took notice of this young player on that previous shot. Guarantee you they won't leave him open next time.
Now the Grizzlies will use a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this 3rd quarter. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
Number 2, the lad right. Subbing in for the Hawks. Number 14.
Avery Bradley. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
count the basket inside.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Cashes in for two.
You see, this is why players get out here hours before the game and they get a really good lather.
Here's Atlanta with the basketball. Fires the three. Not getting the bounce. Screen coming. Now a shot by Bradley, no good.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
And the finish. Jade counts for two, but that was pretty.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here, because that was not an easy look.
Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. To Kevin Huerter. 5 to shoot for Atlanta. Fires the three, and he buries it.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Has a look. Defender was right there. He has to know better.
Oh, I see how you're playing this chess match. That's what you keep doing defensively. Keep baiting him and luring him into shooting that jump shot. Exploit him.
End to end on that one. 94 feet for the basket. It's Grizzlies ball.
Here we go. Here we go.
Bradley to right. Takes stock of the floor. Baseline drive. The shot won't fall. To Kevin Huerter. 4-3. That won't go. Bradley to Valanciunas. Jonas Valanciunas. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
If you're coaching against this player, you have to throw some fake traps, some fake schemes. How are you making this player think instead of just naturally reacting?
The screen sets him up for 2.
Not always the first option, but his number was definitely called on that one.
Whistle and a timeout for Memphis as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. New blood coming in for both sides.
Substitutions, Atlanta.
Can't go, you got a mismatch. Got a mismatch. Okay, right.
Bradley drains it.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. It's good.
Well, they're shooting the ball at an amazing clip. And when they shoot the ball this well, they're essentially unguardable. And Ed, let me tell you what that does for the team. It eventually opens up space to put the ball down on the ground and get to the rim. That's how critical the three-point shot is.
Bradley. That's off the side of the rim, short. It's Atlanta ball.
I got him.
Going to launch beyond the arc. Working hard on the glass. Lets it fly from long range. Can't connect. Bradley to right. And look out. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
From long range. That one off the mark. It's no good. Bradley to right. Nothing going here on that drive. Right to Bradley. Here's a chance from long range. Off the mark. No good. Chandler Parsons snatching it out of the air. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here comes some changes. To Ken Bazemore. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
Probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Ken Bazemore trying to cash in on a 3-point play. 71% for his career. Free throw good to cap off the 3-point play as they continue to open things up here in the 3rd quarter. Conley into the front court. Looking to make something happen to Kyle Anderson. Driving right to the basket. He cruises in for 2. Too easy.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Hawks have it. Oh, good defense by Memphis as they come up with the steal.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Alex Len sends it away. Beyond the arc for 3. Yes.
Everything looks great when you shoot the ball like this. And yes, Ed, this team does have some issues, but they are all masked and camouflaged with this shooting display we're watching.
Conley picked up by Len. Has a chance. Conley shot off the mark. Desperation shot here from half court. 3rd quarter comes to an end. The Hawks already pulling away. Hawks with the basketball to start this 4th quarter. And, Jay, I'm as shocked as you are. Neither of us expected.
Let's go, fellas. It's go time.
Conley to Bradley. A shot no good on a drive by Conley. It's the Hawks with the basketball. For 3. And that's rebounded by Memphis. Across the timeline, it's Conley. He'll run the offense. Mikal Bridges to Conley. Fires the 3. And the rebound taken in by Len.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Conley into the front court. His guys down big. Bradley to Mikal Bridges. to Bradley. Here comes the screen. Bradley fires the three. Mikal Bridges forced that one. Well defended.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
To Kevin Herter. 4-3. Steps out and hits.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Alex Len able to recover with the block.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
To Kevin Herter. Down low Collins. Oh, nice find for the basket.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Bradley shot no good. Here's Atlanta. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Not done. And a putback slam.
Oof, really showing no mercy here. This one is out of hand, and the offense is still pouring it on.
Conley to Mikal Bridges. Runner here. Won't go. To Kevin Herter, going to launch beyond the arc. I don't know, Jay. They have a big lead. This game is just about over. He might not make many friends on the other side with that three.
Oh, I don't want to hear that generic coaching speak about dwindle down the shot clock, use the clock is your friend. No, if you have a chance to beat him by 50, beat him by 50. If you want to beat him by 100, keep shooting more threes.
Down low for Len. To Kevin Herter. Joakim Noah swats it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
And counted at the rim.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Hawks with the basketball. Lets it fly from long range. Won't go down. Conley into the front court. Down a bundle. Drive on the baseline, but his shot stays out. From long range. Cleans it up. Offensive board. Here's a chance from long range. That misses with 3 seconds left. The Hawks are victorious. Hits the late three at the buzzer, but it's not going to be enough. This game is all over.
It's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Hawks won this matchup with a significant. Be hard to forget. It's hard to imagine anyone doesn't come away impressed with how effectively they score their points. Check out the leading scores for the Atlanta Hawks. The Grizzlies seem to lose their edge as the game got out of hand.
And every team in this league loses games. You just don't want to lose them like this. I can already see a players-only meeting in their future.
What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Memphis Grizzlies.
Game track. Blocks.
The Atlanta Hawks did an incredible job defensively in this game, particularly with their shot blocking. They were able to consistently apply pressure, not just with the hand in the face, but with the hand on the ball.
Player of the game. Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's a look at what's coming up for the Memphis Grizzlies. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.
You guys, check back, but if I did 700 likes, tell me who was number 700.